For your first outside of class photography assignment, I want you to try to break the habit of taking pictures from eye level. So much more interesting images can be found if you try to dramatically alter your camera angle. So for this assignment, I want you to take 24 pictures, no more, no less. And every single shot that you take must be an extreme up angle, an extreme down angle, or using exaggerated framing by shooting through something. In these first two shots, you see typical pictures of the Empire State Building. And though they're simple and the subject is very clear and there's a simple and uncomplicated background, there's just nothing really dynamic and interesting about them. These are typical pictures that you would see. The one on the right is an upward-facing camera angle. However, it's not a very dramatic upward-facing camera angle. If we look at this same picture of the same building, this is a picture of the Empire State Building taken from a photographer named Vincent Laforet in 2001. You'll see that this extreme down angle of these two guys changing a light bulb on the topmost tower of the building really alters your perspective, and it's shocking, and it might make you feel uncomfortable if you're afraid of heights. There's so much more visual interest happening, seeing the tops of all the buildings and the repetition of the shapes throughout the frame. Here's another picture by the same photographer. After he took that Empire State Building picture, he ended up doing a whole series of shots of buildings in New York City. Here's an up angle. Same shot. In order to get this angle, he actually had to put a camera on a boom pole and stick it out of a window of this building, about 30 feet out of a window of this building, to take this picture. Now for you in this assignment, you're probably not going to go up to a 100-story building and take a picture down, or put a camera on a boom pole, but even getting creative with your body and where you're placed, you can create interesting shots with dynamic camera angles. If you look at this, what did the photographer have to do to position him or herself to get this shot? How would that photographer lay on those stairs? And where would the camera be pointed? When you look at this image, besides the extreme upward camera angle, what else stands out as unusual? Perhaps seeing this dog upside down because it's entering the frame from the top is making it more interesting and unique. Here's an example of a down shot taken at the top of a spiral set of staircase. Here's another down shot, seeing somebody from this perspective, seeing the basketball hoop in the extreme foreground and the person slam dunking the ball. Just seems to be a lot more interesting than a shot taken from eye level. Here are some examples of through shots. Now, a through shot is going to use something in the foreground to frame the area around, to draw attention to a subject that is beyond the framing element. In a WormsEye shot, you're going to get very, very close as you possibly can to the ground. And it's going to alter the perspective of what we see and how we see it. Everything in the world becomes larger and seems bigger when you have WormsEye shots. If you look and notice the two pictures that I showed you, there are objects or subjects in the extreme foreground really, really close to the camera. And that's really important when you're taking a WormsEye shot to add interest. Birdseye, shooting from up above. Look at and notice, how does the world appear differently when a picture is taken from up above? How do we interpret or feel about these people? What do they look like or feel like walking across the frame? Very, very small and very, very flat, almost like little ants marching along. Little shapes of different colors that are scattered throughout the frame. for this weekend, you're not going to have to use any fancy camera equipment. The camera that's on your cell phone is more than sufficient. If you end up having a point-and-shoot camera, use that. Whatever you can use. The camera technology is not what is going to make your photos interesting. What is going to make your photos interesting is getting uncomfortable and getting out of the habit of shooting from eye level and getting extreme camera angles is going to help you to make your pictures dynamic and interesting. Be safe. Don't put yourself in any situation where you are climbing up on top of something that you might fall, or you might be putting yourself in a situation where you can get hurt. But have fun with it and definitely try to get out of your comfort zone.